Hello students, now today we'll do revision on knowing our numbers. So here is the first question. The first question is, how many thousands are there in 1 crore? Okay, so this is the question. But first of all, we'll see that what is the digit. 1 crore is what 1 crore in the numeral form, that is 7 zeros should be there. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So in crore there are 7 zeros, and in 1000 how many zeros we have? We have 3 zeros, isn't it? Now if you have to know that how many thousands are there, how many 1000 rupee notes will make, that means if you have to see in the currency form, so how many 1000 rupees will be required to make a 1 crore. So for this, therefore, number of thousands in 1 crore, that would be equals to what? We'll divide 1 crore by 1000. Okay, so we'll reduce these 3 zeros. So what will the answer? 10,000. That means 10,000 1000 rupee note should be there to make it a 1 crore rupees. Okay, so in 1 crore there are 10,000 thousands are there. Okay, so now let's move on to sum number 2. Second question is very interesting. Now find the difference between the place value of 2 nines in this particular number. So you see that in this number we have 2 nines. One is here and one is here. So we have to write the place value of 2 9 first, and then we'll find the difference. Okay, so first of all we'll write place value of first 9, because there are 2 nines are there. So we'll get the place value of this one first. So 9, and how many digits after this 9? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So we'll write 6 zeros. So this is the place value of first 9. Now write the place value of second 9. Place value of second 9, this is this one. So after this 9, how many digits are there? 2. So we'll write only 2 zeros. Fine, these are the place value of first 9 and the second 9. Now what we have to find out? We have to find the difference. So the required difference, so difference would be what? 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 minus this. Okay, so if you do the subtraction, then 1 0 0 1 9 9 9 8. So this is your required difference, students. Okay, so this type of sums are very important. Okay, though it is very easy, but still I have chosen this as because this type of sums could come in your exam. Fine, so let's move on to sum number 3. Now third question, we have write the largest, no, not largest, it would be smallest. Okay, it would be smallest. So write the smallest and the greatest number by using this all digits. Fine, so first of all we'll write the smallest digit, smallest number, not digit, smallest number. So among all those digits, which is the most smallest digit? 0. So we cannot write 0. Why we cannot write 0? Because if we write 0 in the beginning, suppose like this, so 0 will not have any value. So we have to also use this 0. Okay, so for now we will not see 0. Now what is the next smallest number after 0? That is 2, isn't it? 2. Now this 2 is done. Now after 2 we can write 0. Okay, now this 2, now this 0 will carry some value. Now what after the 2 and 0 is done? Now what is the next smallest number? 3. Then what is the next number? 4. Then 6. Then 7. So when it comes for a smallest number, then we arrange all the numbers in the ascending order, that is small to big. But if you see 0 is there, then make it a second smallest number. Okay, or if you write 0 here, then 0 will have no value, so you have to use the 0 also. Fine, so this is the logic. Now what is the greatest number then? Greatest number, we have to arrange all the numbers in a descending order, that is bigger digit to smaller digit. So which is a bigger digit here? 7, then comes 6, then come 4, then come 3, then 2, then 0. It's simple as this. Okay, this is the logic. To make you understand the logic, that is the reason I have chosen this particular sum, because these sums are very important. But students sometimes confused with how to write the smallest number and how to write the greatest number. For smallest number, you have to arrange all the digits in the ascending order, and for the greatest number, you have to arrange all the digits in the descending order. So it's big to small. This is how you will get the numbers. Fine. So now let's move on to the fourth sum. Okay. So this will be our last question for today. So the mass of a brick is 2 kg 750 grams. So we'll write the statement: mass of one brick. Our brick means one brick is equals to what? 2 kg 750 gram. Now, when this type of unit is given, you always try to make convert the whole thing into the single unit. Okay, so we'll convert this whole value, okay, in a gram form. So we know that 2 kg is equals to what? 200 grams, isn't it? Plus 750 grams. Now, if you add these two values, then we'll get 2750 grams. Okay, then it will become easier for the further calculation also. So whenever you see this type of unit is there, you please change it in the single unit form. That is gram form. If it is written meter and centimeter, then convert into centimeter. Okay. Now, mass of one brick is 2750 grams. Now, how many such, now what you have to find, what is the total mass of 14 such bricks? So you will write, therefore, mass of 14 such bricks. That will be equals to what? If the mass of one brick is this, then obviously the mass of 14 bricks will be much more. So what we have to do? We have to multiply this. So once you multiply this, you will get the answer as, answer would be 38500 grams. Now again you have to convert this total number value in the kg and gram form. So you can write directly also, but I am showing you process wise. That is, you have to divide it by 1000. Okay. So if you divide this by 1000, so the required answer will be 38 kg 500. Okay. So this is how you have to do this type of sums mainly. Okay. And this sums will carry at least 3 marks, students. Fine. So that's it for today. So thank you so much. Take care and God bless you all.